Alright, so how y'all doing, boys? Hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, Halloween part 2 is finally here, and boy oh boy am I excited. We finally have the Halloween Slater and Deanne. Now, really hoping my summons do, my luck goes good in these summons. I would really like a fair few dupes in this Slater, but honestly this banner is fairly good now. With what's been, what we know is coming to the JP version very soon, I'd probably advise, you guys save, but there is some crazy use on this banner if you guys are summoning regardless. Halloween Gotha is huge in itself. Halloween Gotha on any banner is just amazing, but for me personally, I don't have either of the Halloween Meliodas or Elaine. Now, they are giving away a free Halloween Meliodas, which is really nice, but other than that, the side units in this banner, the Archangel Sariel is pretty good. I mean, Awesome Partios on Hawk is rare, the Nanashi, same goes for him, but other than that, I mean, these top 4 I feel like are going to be most people's main prize. Well, Halloween Meliodas used to be, but I've heard, some things about the end not being too hot, but we'll see. I'm obviously going to do showcases on both of the units, but at the moment, Slater is just my top boy at the moment. But going to quickly get through these single summons now. I don't think it was in these single summons or if it was in the last ones, but we actually ended up pulling, I think it was not the last ones, but the one before. We ended up getting the actual featured SSI. I believe it was like the green mono in one of these singles, so I'm still going to skip them regardless. There's no way I'm going to watch through all the single animations, but it is what it is. Now, I'm actually just, this Halloween update in general, I am just so keen for. We got through all the single summons. There's just, a lot of good stuff, a lot of events and whatnot, a lot like, just like the returning costumes as well, and I completely forgot to do one of them. All of the like part 1 Halloween costumes, whether that's for like the Gil Thunder Grim or all of those like the old school barn ones, can all be purchased for gems, which is really nice, and they're also on discounts. So instead of paying 30 gems per piece, you pay the 20, which is really nice. I quickly went ahead before these summons and bought the Gil Thunder set, the Witch Doctor one, which is such a sick set. I mean, Gil Thunder's character, I feel like hasn't really gotten a crazy amount of good sets. There's a whole bunch of units I feel the same way for, Esterosa being one of them. I feel as if though Tamiel is pretty shafted when it comes to the kind of sets he has. Obviously, he's got max cosmetics, so that's a nice thing, but I do, like my characters looking good as well. Sariel has better ones than Tamiel, but nothing that super crazy stands out. We got our first animation of the video, which is nice, but yeah, no. Gil Thunder's costume is super nice, and although I already do have the max costumes for Gotha, I had to go ahead and buy the Halloween ones. I remember, by the time the Halloween costumes rocked around to Global for the first time, they were showing up at the, what's the word I'm looking for? The fantasy ones for Gotha, and I was just, the Bard Gotha costume is once again another one of my favorite costumes, and I figured I'd only want that one, but hey look, now that both of them are out, why not? We'll get the 2 of them. But here we go, 1 SSR. If we could get a Slater this early, I mean, as long as we get one of the units before 600, we can kind of go ahead and pick the other. That's kind of how all these summons work, and if it's like, a festival banner and we're only going for 1 unit, you're kind of just fishing for dupes throughout the 1 to 900, but let's see now. Could we get a Slater or Deanne? I definitely want to see their animations, because there has been a couple of videos as of recent where, I haven't actually pulled the hero, whether that's like, in the summon. Usually I get them in like one of the milestones or towards the end, which is, it is what it is, and still need to learn how the actual, ring around it works and what numbers what. But here we go, let's see it, a Demon Hendrickson. We do already have a 6/6 Demon Hendrickson, and actually reminding me of something I was meant to bring up. In one of my Festival Gotha videos where I used the Demon Hendrickson Festival King team, a team I am definitely a fan of, and hey, look at that, back-to-back lost veins. Definitely a team I'm a fan of, but just don't have the units super crazily leveled out. I wasn't spending money on the game, so unfortunately Festival King is like the only festival I have that doesn't have like, the max costume treatment and whatnot. And I didn't end up winning a single match in that video, and it was kind of sad. But one of the things I completely forgot to do is Hendrickson has a effect on his card where he does the double damage when there's debuffs applied, and me just completely having my brain turned off. Throughout his ultimate, no bleed, no nothing. We had like a full hand of debuffs, which is entirely my bad, and a whole bunch of you guys clowned on me on the comments for it, and thank you. That was my bad. I feel as if that as of recent, like, some of the mistakes I make in videos, whether it was a couple of videos back in, I think I was using like an Amelia Gotha team where reversing like a Chan, he had 2 Gold Star Dragonflaw effects and hit those, and me forgetting they last 2 turns when they're 3-star. He was dead, the channel was dead, and I was like, how did my freeze not work? completely ignoring the fact that I still had the debuff on me. And by the time I'd actually noticed they didn't work, the debuff had cleared. So, hey, other than that, I mean, I don't think I've made any mistakes, like, you know, regarding actual gameplay. Other than that, I honestly, due to the fact that, you know, I have had a break from recording, I think it was like a 3-4 day break, which you've probably heard me talk about in some of my previous videos, and Inanashi. I mean, Super Awakening coins are, yeah, always nice, but I would like to get some Slaters. That'd be even better, but here we go. Still going through the ticket multis. I mean, another thing I did, you know, mention in one of my previous videos is it doesn't matter how many summons you've got. If you're watching the animations and you're getting good animations, the summon's going to go, like, so much longer. But, you know, going back to the whole break thing, I feel as if though, like, my whole commentary has taken, like, a huge decline. Got the eye flash there, which is nice, but I did notice when recording some of the videos I did yesterday, I was just like, what do I talk about? And, like, this is probably the first time this has happened since recording. I don't usually take breaks. I usually, like, I'm one of those people, I try not to be, but, you know, wake up, get the video recorded, and just get the video, that video done for the day, and then wait for the next day, record the one video, and try not to, you know, get ahead of myself. Most of the times when, you know, it gets to the weekend, I'd like to have maybe one video pre-recorded, just in case I want to go out and do something one day, but I don't know, I'm fairly lazy. But in saying that, you know, do also not have, you know, a crazy amount of spare time, so we try to get in as many videos as possible. And with the actual maintenance today finishing around, like, what, it's 20 past 7 at the moment, finished at 7 for me. Probably not gonna have an awful lot of time to record videos, and nice demon animation along with the counter, but hoping I can get out this video today, like the summon one. I might do a video on the Orc Treasure Island. I will, of course, you know, that'll eventually get up. And I'd like to get at least one video out trying the Slate. I don't have a crazy amount of teams on him, so I might actually do a video where I use him in ungeared PvP as well. Something we don't do a lot on the channel, but when there are units like that I just really like, I don't know if I like him yet, I just have that strong feeling, but when there's units like that, I do try and, you know, use as many excuses to make showcases for it. I mean, it feels as if those Slater's definitely going to be a character that needs UR gear due to the fact that, you know, he is still the same name Slater as the original, so he's going to have those terrible substats. His passive definitely helps him a lot in that, you know, fact that, same with like the Lost Vein, has the low crit resistance, has the passive that benefits him for it. This Slater being an old unit, once again has low crit resistance, and he takes less damage from crits, which is absolutely insane. Like, from what I've heard, if you say, like, have like a full barn team and there's a level 3 Margaret AoE, he ends up taking the least amount of damage, which is crazy. And look at that, our first Halloween unit, which guarantees us getting the both of them, which is nice. I would have liked that to have been Slater, but Green Deanne now. This Deanne, I am a huge fan of the actual art of her. Absolutely sick. I don't feel as if though they needed to give us another new name Deanne. I feel as that was like a bit excessive, but it is what it is. Let's see, getting an off loss there. Honestly, these summons haven't been too bad. The actual 7% summons, what is it called? The like 40 million download thank you tickets, I was a little bit disappointed. And for 7% rates, which is like over doubled rates, I was expecting at least a couple more SSRs than we got. I mean, still 7% isn't like nothing crazy. It's definitely a lot better than what we're used to, but that's a little loser. I'll just say another unit we have 6-6. The Super Awakening grind has been an absolute struggle as of recent, so we'll take absolutely any excuse. I'm pretty sure as well in the actual thank you summons, every single character was it every character? I think there might have been like 1 or 2 characters that we could have actually used, but almost every single character we can use for Super Awakening, which is going to help us with the Slater and Deanne. Another shaft? Yeah, that's to be expected. I'm really hoping we can turn around in this last half. Like, neither of these units are units that you really need dupes in. I feel as if though, as of recent, they've been doing a fairly good job with, you know, making units that don't need dupes. The second they, you know, release a unit that has like a 6-6 effect, like Purgatory Balm against the Amplifier, it instantly becomes like a whale unit, and it's inevitable to do so. Same with like the Fun Party Ozlon Hawk, or just like Ozlon Hawk in general, getting the extra turn of the... Gosh, I keep getting names of effects and whatnot. Let's just say like the Nether Realm effect, where the character just disappears for 2 turns. Once again, like extremely broken effect, and really thought we were going to get the Summon Sky as well. We actually ended up getting 1 Skinner animation in the last summer video, which is really nice. I'd like to have that happen again in this one, but I feel as if though this is still going to be a double SSR with, like, you know, the double SSR animations going on there. Let's see though, come on Rim. That's alright. Surely though. get the loss. What a good animation. This is like, another thing they need to do is like, every gacha game and everyone who plays gacha games is always going to be a huge fan of animations. Like, this is like, although you don't spend an awful amount of time doing it, this is half the game actually summoning for units, and it has been since we got the Lost Fame, which for global was fairly late. They definitely delayed that a lot compared to the JP version, but I definitely like to see even like a king animation, or just some, like, even if it's just one SSR animation, or like even if it's an animation for, you know, not even guaranteed SSR, like just anything really, just something new. Because, you know, there is like, obviously you have the Orc next to Meliodas that guarantees you like an Elizabeth or a Meliodas. Something like that, you know, just something fun. Yeah, I'm really hoping we get a sun in the sky now, but here we go. Getting towards the end of these summons, honestly, haven't been the hottest. I feel as if they can still turn around in this last half. Really praying for, yeah, there we go, another demon animation. Like, imagine if like all of a sudden, say, a couple weeks time we get or like even like a month or so's time, we get Festival Esterosa, and then all of a sudden, you know, people are doing their live stream summons, and oh my god, Assault Mode Meliodas animation, that would be absolutely insane. I feel as if though they definitely talk about it in like one of the live streams, but it is what it is. I definitely feel as if though they should do more live streams. Like, I know it is like a big thing to set up and whatnot. Myself personally, they always happen at like 10 at night, so me having work the next morning, it's not something I can usually attend to for super long. I attend to most of it, like, but as it gets like towards the end and they're just playing like PvP matches with the teams, I usually try and like, you know, cast away from it. But the whole like this maintenance finishing at 7, the whole afternoon I've just been kind of sitting here staring at the computer waiting for the update to actually happen. I've been playing Dokkan a little bit as of recent as well, which is nice, and Halloween Elaine, which I completely forgot about getting into these summons, but there's definitely another unit I really need, which I couldn't have picked from the selector, which is super nice. There we go. Damn, so getting the Halloween Meliodas as well from the guaranteed event which is going on, which I feel as though is really nice, like them giving free units like that. More exclusive units as well, which is really nice, is definitely really good. How many more characters am I missing? I know I'm missing the New Year's End. Are you kidding? The one unit. The one unit I wanted to see animations come up and I actually skip it. Oh my. You're actually joking, right? You are actually joking, right? How do I exit out of this in the... Yo, wait, what? Oh, okay, sweet. You just have to left click again. Sure. Sure, we get another Slater in these final gems so I can actually see the animation, please. That is actually devastating. I mean, hey, 2-6 Slater, to say the least. We ended up getting all of the characters before the milestone, which is a huge success. I feel as though we don't usually do this, but if I had a face cam right now, you guys can see I'm just slumped in my chair in just misery. There's actually no way I skipped that. Okay, sweet. I saw the red there and I got scared. Red Esterosa, that's fine. We've got him 6-6 as well. And give me my Slater boy. Let's go, 2-6 Slater. Hey, with the turnaround of the Slater and the Halloween Elaine, I will 100% take those. Those were pretty good summons, and seeing the Elaine pop in there, how many more characters are we missing? Because like I know we're missing some of the New Year's characters. Goldwing's Elaine, the Summer Eastern as well, yeah. The Valentine, is it Jenna? Oh, I completely forgot the, what is it, level 100 Hauser, all the top 100 houses out. The New Year's, Elizabeth, and we'll get the Meliodas soon. So still missing a couple characters, but there we go, look at our boy. I mean, there we go. Hopefully if you guys are summoning on this better, your summons went even better than mine, but hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.